Two British hikers feared missing in the Spanish wildfires have been found alive, and Brendan McCullum says he is gutted after he's sacked as the England Test cricket coach.
This is ITV News with Lucrezia Millarini.
Good evening. In the early hours of the morning, England did it. A 2-1 win against Norway saw the Three Lions through to the World Cup semi-final. At times, it wasn't pretty and it was certainly nervy, but once more, a Jude Bellingham masterclass sealed victory. The fans are delighted. England coach Thomas Tuchel was less impressed with his team and was happy to say so. From Miami, here's our sports editor, Steve Scott.
An anthem fit for a genius who almost single-handedly led England to a World Cup semi-final. Jude Bellingham with another breathtaking contribution, 2 goals and a commanding presence throughout. A classic contest against Argentina and Messi now lies ahead, a contest most in England will be glued to. In truth, the Three Lions...
Very difficult for ourselves today. The result is fantastic. We're in the last 4. It's amazing, but not happy with the performance.
Bellingham is the player of this tournament so far. 6 goals from midfield is astonishing. England in Mexico and did the same against Norway. His second strike matched Harry Kane's toto. His head coach's verdict, Bellingham was quick to defend his teammates.
Or maybe he doesn't know what it's like to play in those kind of conditions against Erling Haaland, Odegaard, Nusa, Sorloth. You know, that's not an easy team to play against. So, you know, I think we've tried to create a positive environment. We should continue that going into the Final Four.
While Thomas Tuchel and Jude Bellingham may have seen the game in different ways, fans will be hoping that England have created such a good environment that a difference of opinion will not be disruptive. Most, of course, were unaware of any potential tension. And frankly, we're just glad to be there when England passed yet another World Cup milestone.
The generational player of our time, Jude Bellingham. Sir Jude Bellingham.
He's on magic sauce, right? Him and Kane. I'm just glad we got it done.
Yeah. Hey, Jude. Best night to be like. In my 33 years, and it was the better than that night.
A bit stressful at times.
I feel physically sick, actually, to be honest, but no, it was just fantastic.
Two great rivals now face off on Wednesday. Expect to hear a lot about the hand of God and Beckham's sending off in the coming days. England just one good performance away from an historic World Cup final, the first in 60 years. Steve Scott, ITV News, Miami.
Well, back here, millions watched at fan zones, in pubs and living rooms around the country as his squad secured their place in the semis. But if England's men are going to make it to their first final in 60 years, they'll need to knock out the current holders and old rival, Argentina. Here's Neil Connery.
Across England, a nation basked in the glow after a night to remember. In London, at this inclusive football centre for all ages and abilities, some of England's fans were busy following in the footsteps of last night's heroes.
Absolutely amazing. It was, to be honest, it was a difficult game. I thought England played really well.
It's just how their comebacks, literally how their comebacks is just unbelievable.
It would mean the world. Like I said before, 60 years. For the first time in 60 years, if we make it to the final, I would be happy.
In Manchester, they've raised the roof as England fought their way to victory. Almost 17 million people watching the match on ITV.
coming home! It's coming home!
After forcing Norway to row back home, England now face Argentina in Wednesday's semi-final.
Muchas gracias.
Nico Bullo is Argentinian and chef and co-founder of this South American restaurant. His partner Gabby is English, and their son is baby Diego.
I'm sure it's going to be a tough game. England is a great team, so I think that we will make our way through.
Win or lose for both countries, I think it's going to be a really great coming together of two amazing cultures. Argentina, Argentina.
The epic footballing history between these two nations has set up a semi to savour.
Salud.
Salud, babes.
Good luck on Wednesday.
Good luck to you. You'll need it.
Neil Connery, ITV News.
Let's get more now from Steve Scott, who's in Miami. Steve, Argentina awaits.
Yeah, mouth-watering prospect, isn't it? The current holders of a team that England has so much World Cup history with and so much World Cup controversy. To list a few of those, the most famous, 1986, Maradona's game, the hand of God goal, and then the brilliant individual effort after that. Then in 1998, Michael Owen, as an 18-year-old, scored a brilliant goal against them, and that was the game when David Beckham got sent off. 4 years later, it was Beckham's redemption as he scored a penalty that made England beat Argentina for the first time since 1966. And of course, there's political tensions through the years between the two countries too. So that's something that will add to the tension in this game. England haven't been at their best for a whole game yet. They'll need to be that if they're going to win on Wednesday.
All right, Steve in Miami, thank you. Next tonight, a 28-year-old man from Rotherham has been arrested for the alleged murder of Anne Widdecombe. The former Tory minister and Reform politician was found dead in her home in Haytor in Dartmoor on Thursday. Police say they do not believe the attack was politically motivated. Sam Holder reports.
With the announcement of an arrest, more questions than answers. Anne Widdecombe's body was found at her home in rural Devon. The man suspected of her murder was arrested more than 260 miles away in Rotherham, South Yorkshire, by a team including counter-terror officers. But there has been no explanation about any potential motive.
At this point, there is still no information to suggest that this is a terrorism-related incident, and at this point, we are not looking for anyone else in connection with this murder. There is nothing to suggest that it was politically motivated.
So, what happened here? That is the question that the police won't answer at the moment. Anne Widdecombe's body was found on Thursday, but officers believe she may have been killed 24 hours before that. What we've been told is that a man who's white and 28 has been arrested, and they are not searching for anybody else. Amidst a growing air of mystery, memorial services for one of Britain's best-known politicians, including at her local church.
Anne used to come here regularly and was very highly spoken. Lovely lady.
Reform members and the party leadership arrived in her village of Haytor to remember their colleague.
We thank you for all that she gave to this nation in service of the people of this nation.
Deep shock. I was standing up at the time and I nearly fell out. When I got a text from the Chief Constable saying we need to speak, I thought something's not right. But then to actually hear the words was devastating. And it still is devastating. It's more shocking than one can imagine.
That has been the reaction across the board. Genuine shock at the nature of the crime and the well-known name of the victim. Sam Holder, ITV News, Haytor.
Two British hikers have been found alive but badly injured following deadly wildfires in southern Spain. The man and woman are thought to have suffered 40% burns. They were discovered after search teams went back to recheck an area that was affected. At least 12 people are believed to have died in the fires in Almeria. 4 of them are thought to be British nationals. Kit Bradshaw reports.
It was really windy on Thursday, wasn't it?
I think, yeah.
And it was blowing that way, so we were very lucky.
Yeah.
As flames took hold just metres from their home, Sarah and David Brumley only had time to grab their passports.
Our neighbours came and alerted us because to say, well, there's a fire. So we came out and looked, couldn't believe what we were seeing. So we then all got the house pipes out to try and douse down near our property as much as possible.
The wildfires took hold in Spain's Almeria province last Thursday, forcing 1,000 residents to flee their homes and leaving 12 people dead. Charred countryside now stretches for 7,000 hectares. Another British couple on a hiking trip were rescued in the middle of the night, found down a ravine semi-conscious and badly burnt, when these police officers heard a faint sound.
Well, given how desolate it was there, whenever we shouted, within 2 or 3 seconds we'd get a sort of response.
The couple are being treated in intensive care, while favourable overnight weather has allowed hundreds of others to return home.
So I say good news, it is the beginning of the end, so to speak, of this terrifying fire.
Work to find the missing amongst the burnt-out shells of homes and cars goes on, as forecasters warn southern Europe could see temperatures in the 40s again by this time next week. Kit Bradshaw, ITV News.
Residents have been forced to evacuate their homes due to a wildfire in North Wales. Firefighters are battling the fire on Conwy Mountain, and more challenging conditions mean it could continue for a while. Those nearby have been warned to keep windows and doors closed and get medical help if they have any difficulty breathing. England are looking for a new Test cricket coach after the sacking of Brendan McCullum this afternoon. The New Zealander said he was gutted to lose his job in charge of the Test team, but he stays on as One Day and 2020 coach. Well, Emma Volney is at Lord's Cricket Ground for us this evening. So, Emma, what happened?
Hi, Lucrezia. Well, this is just the latest unravelling, if you like, of England's fortunes. Here we are at Lord's. Glorious evening here, has to be said. We've actually got England's women in action this evening against India. They are obviously nothing to do with this, but what we're seeing today with Brendan McCullum comes just 2 weeks after Ben Stokes stepped down as captain. McCullum will continue as England's white ball coach, but leaves the Test team following a string of poor performances and incidents off the field. We last saw McCullum actually just yesterday as England won the T20 series against India in Southampton, but the fact of the matter is the results have tailed off in recent times, and as one fan put it to me, it's gone from bad to worse. There was a devastating 4-1 defeat in last winter's Ashes, a 2-1 home loss to New Zealand last month. The partnership between McCullum and Stokes initially was celebrated. England had a number of victories, but things have changed. Earlier, I spoke to Richard Gold, head of the ECB, and here is what he had to say.
In the end, unfortunately, in sport, it's all about results. Results are the key element, and after a difficult winter with the Ashes, and then unfortunately losing the New Zealand series, we felt that it's now time to look to the future.
Well, McCullum has said that he is gutted but respects the decision. What this means now, well, there are 2 huge vacancies to fill.
All right, Emma, thank you. And that is all for now. I am back with the late news at 10. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.